Welcome back to the channel, Madridistas and football fans. The new La Liga season is here, and Real Madrid are already making headlines. From Franco Mastantuono impressing everyone in his first training sessions, to Xabi Alonso preparing his debut against Osasuna, and Rodrygo facing a huge decision with Manchester City knocking at the door, there's a lot going on at the Santiago Bernabéu. We'll also touch on Barcelona star Lamine Yamal stealing the spotlight once again, and what legends like McManaman and Ángel Di Maria are saying about these young talents. So stick around because today's update is packed with big news, transfer drama, and the future of two of football's brightest stars. It has only been a few days since Franco Mastantuono began training with his new teammates at Real Madrid, but it appears that he is already making quite an impression. Reports this past weekend indicated that the 18-year-old versatile attacking midfielder has greatly impressed manager Xabi Alonso and the rest of the coaching staff by the way he has settled into things. Real Madrid players also surprised. Now, according to journalist Alberto Pereiro on Onda Cero, even the Real Madrid players have been left surprised by the level of play Mastantuono has shown in training since his arrival. It must be remembered that Real Madrid signed Mastantuono as early as June, but waited to bring him into the fold until he turned 18 years old, which happened on August 14th. The Argentine international, though, had been in Spain for almost 2 weeks before that, and was working individually on a program handed to him by the coaching staff, with a trainer from the club. All the efforts have paid off as Mastantuono has shown up to training with a good rhythm and sharp physically, impressing the coaches as well as his new teammates. Everything now suggests that the 18-year-old wonderkid will make his first team debut for Real Madrid on Tuesday when they take on Osasuna in their La Liga opener. While a starting berth is out of the question, Mastantuono is expected to get some minutes off the bench at the Santiago Bernabéu. Real Madrid will begin their 2025-26 La Liga campaign on Tuesday, when they host Osasuna at the Santiago Bernabéu. This match will mark the start of Xabi Alonso's project at Real Madrid for this season. The Basque coach had the FIFA Club World Cup to get to know his new players and get his ideas across, before refining the team during pre-season in recent days at Valdebebas. Alonso has also had a training match versus Leganés and a friendly against WSG Tirol to further fine-tune things in preparation for the season opener against Osasuna tomorrow. Alonso's two doubts. As reported by Mundo Deportivo, Real Madrid boss Alonso is weighing several alternatives to form his first official starting lineup of the season. Everything suggests that the 43-year-old coach will field a lineup very close to the one that played against WSG Tirol last Tuesday. Federico Valverde did not feature in that game due to muscle overload, but the Uruguayan has now recovered and is expected to start tomorrow alongside Arda Güler and Aurelien Tchouameni. In principle, he would take the place of Dani Ceballos. In attack, Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe are certain starters, and one of the uncertainties that Alonso faces is to decide who will partner them, if he continues with the 4-3-3 formation. The Real Madrid coach chose Brahim Diaz against Tirol, but he has options on the bench such as Rodrygo goes. All indications are that Brahim has the advantage, but it must be taken into account that Rodrygo scored a goal in the friendly win. Meanwhile, new arrival Franco Mastantuono is also an option. The Argentine trained for the first time with Real Madrid last Friday. For that reason, it seems unlikely that he will start tomorrow. However, he could get his first minutes at the Bernabéu. Another uncertainty regarding the lineup is in defense, specifically at right back. Dani Carvajal has now recovered from his serious injury and has had some minutes under his belt. But against WSG Tirol, Alonso opted to go with summer signing Trent Alexander-Arnold. And there is a strong possibility that the Englishman could make his first start in La Liga. Barcelona started their La Liga campaign with victory over Mallorca on Saturday, and as expected, Lamine Yamal was the star of the show. The 18-year-old provided the assist for Rafinha's opener, before scoring himself in the dying embers with a trademark finish into the top corner. It was another special performance from Lamine Yamal, and one of those in awe was McManaman. Speaking to Premier Sports, via Sport, the former Real Madrid player waxed lyrical about Barcelona's sensation. Fantastic goal in the last minute of the game from Lamine Yamal. We spoke about him early on in the game. We spoke about him last year. He's the poster boy for La Liga this year, and he goes and does that with the last kick of the game. It was absolutely brilliant. His ability to go left where he's strong, but also he can go right and step over. He's just got everything at this moment in time, and he will improve. McManaman issues warning to Lamine Yamal and Barcelona. McManaman also issued words of advice to Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick, as he believes that Lamine Yamal could be at risk of inciting opposition players, which may lead to possible consequences. You just hope that Barcelona keep him in cotton wool a little bit, don't necessarily utilize him all the time when games are going really well because he will infuriate the opposition at times because he's so gifted. But what a player we've got on our hands, and it's an absolute joy to come here and see him. Mallorca's players were visibly unhappy with Lamine Yamal on several occasions at Sun Moix, so perhaps there is some basis for McManaman's remarks. However, it's unlikely to affect Flick's thinking. Franco Mastantuono has finally been presented as a new Real Madrid player and has even begun training with the group. While it was a long wait for fans before they could see him in the Real Madrid colors, it would appear to be worth the wait, for the skill he brings to the table are exquisite. The youngster has been widely regarded as one of the best creative and attacking midfielders of the next generation, and Los Blancos have thus signed a pearl for the long haul. Xabi Alonso, however, has no intention of taking it slow with the player and wishes to hand him his debut as early as tomorrow night, and he could thus see some minutes against Osasuna on match day 1. Di Maria's view. Ángel Di María, another Argentine legend who played for Real Madrid in a starring role, spoke to La Nación this past weekend where he gave his opinion on Mastantuono's move to the Merengues. Di Maria began by praising the player, admitting his sky-high potential and wishing him the best as he starts a new chapter at the biggest club in the world. Mastantuono to Real Madrid? Let's hope he does very well. It would be very nice to have another Argentinian represent us well, and who can win titles and continue to grow. He has incredible potential. Speaking on what it meant to play for Los Blancos, Di Maria stated how special it was for any player and how making the most of every chance would be crucial. Playing for Real Madrid is something unique and he has to make the most out of it, the World Cup winner added. It remains to be seen how deeply involved the youngster will be in Los Blancos' dynamics this season. Initial signs, however, point to him having a significant role to play, starting with a possible debut against Osasuna on Tuesday. Even though Franco Mastantuono signed for Real Madrid back in June, he had to wait until this week for his official presentation. Los Blancos waited for the youngster to turn 18 before his contract signing and presentation, after which he has started training with his new teammates under manager Xabi Alonso. Mastantuono making a big impression. Now, according to AS, in his first 3 training sessions at Real Madrid, Mastantuono has left an excellent impression on manager Alonso and the rest of the coaching staff. The 18-year-old attacking midfielder looks like natural fit in the scheme of things, as if he has been part of the squad far longer than just 3 sessions. Smooth with his skills, the Argentine has also been very sharp physically, having followed the personalized plan set out by assistant coach Ismael Caminfort over the summer months. Mastantuono has already built a good rapport with his new teammates and with Alonso. The message from Valdebebas is clear. This is a raw diamond, but one that already shines. Debut versus Osasuna. As per the report, a place in the Real Madrid starting lineup is out of the question for now for Mastantuono, but a debut is imminent. That is the idea. The Mastantuono era will begin against Osasuna next Tuesday, and from there he is expected to grow further. The report further states that the youngster's connection with Alonso has grown stronger in these early training sessions. His footballing style seems to fit seamlessly with the manager's vision. And fans will get to see that when Real Madrid face Osasuna on Tuesday. Rodrygo goes is expected to be part of Xabi Alonso's squad to face Osasuna in Real Madrid's La Liga opener tomorrow, yet his future remains far from clear. While the manager does not completely rule out counting on the Brazilian star, it is clear that he will have a subsidiary role this season and it may not work out in the player's best interest to stay. A departure, thus, has been spoken of and several Premier League clubs were interested in signing him this summer. Rodrygo's desire to fight for a place coupled with Real Madrid's economic demands, however, have made the move complicated. Manchester City are serious. Of all the clubs linked with Rodrygo in recent weeks, Manchester City stand out as one of the best-placed candidates, especially given the likely departure of Savinho to Tottenham Hotspur. As relayed by Defensa Central in a recent update, Pep Guardiola has made a final decision and will push Manchester City to sign Rodrygo this summer. The former Barcelona manager has reportedly made contact with the Brazilian's entourage already and communicated that they have between 7 to 8 days to unfreeze the player's situation and prepare for a transfer. After that, the Manchester City train will pass and not return. Rodrygo, for his part, wants a little more time to decide his future and he wishes to see his prominence in the upcoming games before he makes a decision. Manchester City, however, are in a hurry to bring in a new winger and wish to waste no time. The coming days, thus, will be critical for Rodrygo to decide his future, especially with the one club seriously interested in him placing an ultimatum. Should he let the offer pass, he may well have to see the season through in a minor role. So, Madrid fans, all eyes will be on Franco Mastantuono as he's set to make his debut at the Bernabéu. Could this be the start of a new era for Los Blancos? And with Rodrygo's future hanging in the balance, will he stay to fight for his place or make the big move to Manchester City under Pep Guardiola? Meanwhile, over in Catalonia, Lamine Yamal continues to shine and prove why he's the poster boy of La Liga. One thing's for sure, this season is shaping up to be full of twists, surprises and rising stars. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Should Rodrygo stay or go? And do you think Mastantuono is ready for the big stage? If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more daily football updates and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Until next time, Hala Madrid.